NGEx is a Lundin Group exploration company, and our main assets are in Chile and Argentina. So what we control, one of the largest, I think it's the second largest copper resource base of any junior company. As most of you know, most of the big resources are held by the big companies, the Rio Tintos and BHPs of the world, and there's relatively few of the really big resources that are controlled by junior companies. So the focus of my presentation today is going to be our Josemaria project in Argentina. We just announced the results of a pre-feasibility study on that project last night, and I want to give you the first run through that. The investment thesis for NGEx is similar to a lot of the other copper companies here. Copper definitely has the best outlook of any of the metals. There's a good, strong macro story. Advanced projects are scarce. There's been underinvestment in exploration and development, and really the last big projects from the last boom are being built right now, and there's really not a whole lot in the pipeline. In fact, the project pipeline for copper is at multi-decade lows, and we feel that that's going to lead to premium valuations for construction-ready projects. So that's our goal with Josemaria, is to push it as fast as we can through to that construction-ready stage. So our key assets, as I said, are in Chile and Argentina, right along the border. It's one big land package that stretches across the Chile-Argentina border. We've got two large copper-gold projects, Josemaria. We just announced the pre-feasibility results from that last night, and that'll be the main topic of the discussion today. And our largest resource is actually Los Helados, which is 10 kilometers from Josemaria, just across the Chile-Argentina border. That's about 10 kilometers from an operating mine owned by our Japanese partners. I won't talk a lot about Los Helados today. We'll focus on Josemaria just with the limited time we've got. So Josemaria is a project that we feel we can fast track. It's a simple open pit. It's around a 1 billion ton resource. There's a near surface high-grade supergene enriched zone. That's the key to project economics. We get right into that in year one. First 3 years of production at around 150,000 tons a day, produce 170,000 tons of copper and about 350,000 ounces of gold and significant byproduct silver. One of the things that distinguishes this project from many of the projects just across the border in Chile is that in Argentina we have access to nearby groundwater. So rather than desalinated seawater like a lot of the projects in Chile are going to have to use, we've got a good source of water about 10 kilometers away at a similar elevation. We own 100% of Josemaria, so that gives us a lot of control over the project and a lot of flexibility in how we develop and finance it. The PFS results were announced last night, and I'll go through the highlights here. So our after-tax NPV at 8%, using metal prices of $3 copper and $1,300 gold, or $2 billion NPV and almost a 19% IRR. And I think one of the highlights here is a 3.5-year payback. So the capital cost here is significant. It's hard to go to 150,000 tons a day without significant capital, but we pay that capital back very quickly, and that's due to the ability to access the highest grade very early in the mine life. We're going to have very low first quartile C1 costs. It's about a 20-year mine life, strong production profile, really good metallurgy. We're going to produce a copper-gold concentrate and no meaningful arsenic or any of the other nasties, so it'll be a premium concentrate. There are still a lot of opportunities and opportunities to optimize the project that come out of the pre-feasibility study. We have an oxide gold cap that contains around 450,000 ounces. We've done preliminary leach test work on that with good results, and that's something that we'll pursue in the feasibility study that we're going to embark on next. There's still opportunities to optimize and increase the metallurgical recoveries. We got some good results from some additional test work that we did late in the pre-feasibility study, and we'll follow up on that at the feasibility stage. There's definitely some opportunities to increase copper and gold recoveries by a couple of points. We've got a significant amount of inferred material that are outside our probable reserves, and that's a definite opportunity to increase the mine life over the 20 years that we have now. And then we've got a big land package here, and there's a number of targets and significant exploration upside on that package. The next steps are we're going to roll straight into a feasibility study. The field program is going to begin in the next month or so to take advantage of the Southern Hemisphere summer. We don't have to do a whole lot of drilling. We're going to drill about 5,000 meters to convert some of our indicated resource into measured, the first 5 years of production, just to give us a little bit more certainty. There's a lot of opportunities to optimize the site layout still. We're going to do some pit geotechnical and site geotechnical drilling. We're going to drill for water starting in a couple of weeks, and we'll continue environmental studies and data collection. And the idea is to initiate project permitting on the basis of the pre-feasibility study because we've got the basic layout, and the idea is to complete a feasibility study by this time next year, so around 14 months from now. What we want to do here is push the project towards that construction-ready phase. You can see the general steps there. We've completed the pre-feasibility study, feasibility study at the end of 2019, and hopefully we have the feasibility study done and are well on our way to getting permits by mid-2020. And hopefully the market recognizes that, and we head towards some of the fuller valuations that we've seen paid for construction-ready projects in the last year. Exploration and development projects in the right market with the right project definitely provide some of the biggest returns in the resource industry. Lundin Group has been extremely successful over time with projects just like Jose Maria. In fact, the first big success on the mining side was the Bajo de la Alumbrera project, also located in Argentina. And the return on the investment that shareholders made in that project is actually the highest in Lundin Group's history. So this is exactly the kind of project that our group is very, very good at capitalizing on. So we're going to move it ahead as aggressively as we can. I think it's going to be one of the very few projects at that construction-ready stage, hopefully in time for the next uptick in the copper price. So I've put the cautionary notes at the back here. Not expecting you to read them, but do encourage you to read those on our website. And that's it. It's probably a few minutes for questions if there are any. Thank you very much.